Another big day for XRP. We had another ETF launch, another day of positive XRP ETF inflows, a big Ripple acquisition that closed. It's all coming together here. And I know people are going to say, but the price will take care of itself when you continue to stack on days like this. Ripple, deal closed for Rail. With this acquisition, Ripple Payments is the market's most comprehensive end-to-end stablecoin solution. And that ain't no joke here. And let's get into the specifics here. Ripple's $4 billion power move. I mean, they've been on a shopping spree. They have been buying infrastructure. Ripple quietly building the financial plumbing for the next area of finance. We see it. We have GTreasury, $1 billion acquisition, bringing corporate finance on-chain, real-time liquidity, instant settlements. We have Rail, which we just talked about, virtual accounts, stablecoin payments through one API. One simple solution. Businesses can move money globally without ever touching crypto. That's the thing. Most people don't want to play around with crypto and wallets. They just want it to work. They want the infrastructure to be seamless into their systems. And that's what all of this is doing. This is building out the plumbing with finality here. Palisade's high-speed custody with MPC wallet as a service. So again, you don't have to keep some sort of wallet on your own system. Ripple's handling all that. Sub-second signing, multi-chain, built for fintechs, banks, and high-throughput flows. And lastly, Ripple Prime used to be Hidden Road, of course, institutional liquidity, execution, prime brokerage. They had the full stack here from beginning to end. And this ain't no joke. This is rolling out the financial system of the future. Also, we saw a fifth XRP ETF just launch with 21 shares being approved, clearing the path for new XRP ETFs under the ticker TOXR. I mean, think about this. How long did crypto wait to get any ETFs? The first ETF. Now for XRP, we have 5 of them. You don't think over time that's going to make a difference? And it darn sure is if we keep seeing this type of performance. XRP breakout signal. Bitwise XRP ETF just hit 19 straight days of inflows. And remember, who does Bitcoin work with? Well, they work with specifically family offices, major institutional investors. Like that shows you where the demand is. And Bitwise lit up Times Square with an XRP campaign. And it wasn't a flex. It's a message here. XRP is officially graduated from niche crypto, which all of crypto was niche, but now it's going mainstream to Wall Street ready asset. 19 consecutive days, zero outflows since launch, almost $1 billion in total cumulative inflows for XRP ETFs. This is one of the fastest adopted crypto ETFs ever. And, you know, that's not saying a lot. I mean, we haven't had a ton of them, right? This is a fairly new asset class in that regard, but growing demand from institutions and wealth platforms. This ain't retail hype. This ain't Joe Schmo throwing their lunch money in the market. These are major investors making sticky investments. Now, Ripple Swell's coming up, but it's interesting for 2026. It's going to combine the regular Ripple Swell conference with Apex, which is typically a separate developer conference. They're coming together. I think this is going to be open to the public. From my understanding, I've been talking to the Making Money group, and we're going to meet up there. We're going to be at Swell next year. I hope to see you and meet a lot of you out there at this conference. This should be a big one. 2026 should be a big year. Won't that be fun to celebrate together? So mark your calendars. October 27th through 29th, Ripple, Swell, and Apex. And I believe this one is open to the public. Now, scams. My buddy here says Ripple Payments is a stablecoin solution, not XRP. Sorry. And yeah, they're using stablecoins. They're building out great infrastructure for that. That stablecoin business of theirs will be worth a lot of money. But we saw the report from the people that are investing $500 million in Ripple. And what did they say? Over 90%, most of the company's value is derived from its XRP holdings. That's what the professionals are saying. That's what the people that are putting $500 million on the line, that's the way they see it. That this ain't a payment company or a stablecoin company. This is a company that holds XRP. And that's why they are willing to part with $500 million. I would take their word for it, even over Scams, who's quite smart, but I think he's wrong there. We see Senate Democrats hit back over GOP negotiations. Look, it's getting messy, but sometimes this is the way it is before you strike a deal. And they're arguing over a ban or restriction from stablecoins that pay the user back a yield. And so, really, this is about protecting banks. And they say community banks. That sounds better than protecting JP Morgan, right? But really, it's the banking cartel wants to make sure that they have a product that might be more desirable, even though it's worse in every single way. They want to bring down crypto. That ain't going to work. Hopefully, they don't give in there. Tougher illicit finance provisions. Okay, we don't want illicit activities happening on regulated platforms, of course, but usually this is probably an oversight. They really want to attack crypto holders, and we don't want any of that. Again, if it's sensible, if it makes things safer, great. I'm all for it. If it has logic to it. But if it's just let's attack every crypto holder or user like they're an illicit person, well, no, that's wrong. Full commission at the SEC and CFTC, and I believe they want to make sure there's more balance here with Democrats and Republicans being represented. And lastly, limits of official profits from crypto. I'm kind of all for that in general, whether it's crypto or stocks. Like, let's not treat crypto specific, right? Maybe we should do this for stocks as well. But that ain't going to happen. Just know that, the president, a lot of his businesses are crypto, a lot of his wealth's in crypto now, and that's just going to be a no-go. So hopefully they figure out something here, get this thing done before year end. I know it looks scary, it looks messy, like it won't come together. There's a lot of power and money on the line, and I bet you they just may get something done. Coinbase, they just picked Chainlink to power a $7 billion cross-chain bridging system, and Chainlink becomes the exclusive bridge for all Coinbase wrapped assets. This is big. $7 billion in wrapped assets in total will now move across Chainlink system here. Chainlink secures 70% of DeFi in total. I know a lot of people out there wondering, well, why did Ripple go with Chainlink and not Flare? I mean, we heard from Hugo. They're not there yet. They're still building this out. They're not ready to compete. Right now, the choice is simple. It's Link. There is no other choice in this arena. You're not going to go with Band or any of this other stuff. So this is big. Chainlink doing big things. Strategic alliance between two giants. Coinbase says they chose Chainlink because it's the industry leader, which is no doubt. They have most of this space. They're the trusted party here. And interoperability is becoming the new infrastructure. Very important. So Chainlink doing big deals out here. U.S. banks can now legally broker Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana trades. Now, these have to be risk-free, essentially transactions, meaning the bank can go out there and acquire crypto and immediately sell it for to the customer. They can't hold it on their books. They can't invest in it themselves, but they can do things on behalf of the customer. This is how we start integration. Banks are now direct competitors to exchanges in general. They can exclude trades and they can execute trades in Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana. And I'd like to see them expand that. I understand that a bank ain't going to be, doing trades for you on coin number 3,000. That's fine, but more than 4, I think would be appropriate. Genius Act, structural reset. Crypto isn't treated as an exception anymore. It's part of the system. And CFTC, they're moving in sync. They allow you to use Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDC as collateral. And again, that also needs to be expanded to more top assets, of course. And regulators are shifting from enforcement to integration. This is the future. This is the closest the U.S. has ever been to a regulated, unified digital asset market here. Do Kwon, I've been covering this. He got 15 years in prison for his Terraform fraud, $40 billion. And this is a deal, again, I said I think he was trying to make a workable system. I don't think he's quite as criminal as some of the others like Mashinsky and SBF, but when you do that kind of damage, you're going to do some jail time. Now, the bad thing is I feel like 15 years is probably about right, but he has the U.S. and he has South Korea, both, that he's going to have to do separate sentences for. He's going to be going away for a long time, but he created a lot of issues. The Zhao DAO XRP Ledger Validator is now live. To really take part in this community, you got to run infrastructure, you got to participate, you have to contribute, and that's exactly what the Zhao DAO is doing. Big move there. Now, lastly, Coinbase to allow users to trade all Solana tokens through a DEX without listing. So you don't have to list those tokens, on the Coinbase platform. Integration with their Coinbase wallet. Solana's doing some big moves. They had a couple announcements today that were quite large. That's good to see. There are plenty of deals and announcements to go around, and we just want crypto ultimately to do big things. Great to see out of Solana. A lot of good stuff happening there. Let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link. And make sure you become a member of the Zhao DAO. Link down below. See you again here soon.